welcome everybody to another Native Thoughts review. This time an album review, an album review that I've been waiting to listen since I heard it was going to come out. But before I go on with the review, if you are listening to the exact same audio on SoundCloud, you could watch the exact same video on YouTube, Native Thoughts, video format, on your phone, on your tablet, on your Xbox, on your PS4, on Roku, on your whatever, Amazon Fire, Amazon TV, whatever, and Apple TV. If you are watching the exact same video review, you don't have time to go. If your mom told you to go throw out the trash, if you have to go drive, you can listen to it on SoundCloud Native Thoughts. And SoundCloud, podcast streaming music for unknown artists, for great people who are artists known. SoundCloud Native Thoughts and YouTube Native Thoughts. Let's get back to review, and it's for Mac DeMarco, another one. Yeah, wait, what's it? Yeah, another one. Another one. And sorry, I forgot the name. And wow, I'm a big Mac DeMarco fan. I love his album too. I'm not the big fan of the first one, the Rock and Roll Memory, some shit like that. I like two. I like Saturdays. Another one is a small. It feels like an EP more than an album. Believe it or not, it's an album. And wow, is this probably one of my favorite albums of the year? However, it is typical DeMarco. It is typical that old guitar sound beach kind of stuff with a little bit of indie to it. And the first song, I believe the first song is called "The Way I Love You Love Her," and then another one's afterwards. Those first two songs are so phenomenal, in the way that, I mean, honestly, if you're a Mac DeMarco fan, you will realize that all his songs are about girls, about one specific girl, or about him growing up, how he's weird and stuff like that, how his stuff like that. This album is all about that girl talk. It's all about that love advice. It's all about that love hate relationship type. It's all about that great things to it. The one thing I really admire about the album is the lyrics. I really love the lyrics. They're really deep. They're really great. I don't want to talk a whole lot because I would recommend this album right off the bat. The production on this is a typical Mac DeMarco production. I'm not the biggest fan of the album cover, but I'm not the biggest fan of his old album covers. But I think it's a smart idea because when you have Saturdays and two, second, whatever, they're all long albums, and this one he made it short and good. I believe if you make it short and good for a Mac DeMarco type of album, music, it'll be phenomenal. It'll be great. It gets to his point and it gets out of his point, and it makes his logic relevant to his idea of the album. However, I still love Saturdays and two, but this is probably my favorite one. I mean, there hasn't been. I barely listened to it, and there are some songs that are catchy, but as more I've listened to it, the more songs are getting catchier and catchier, and most of the songs, I'm in love with these songs. They're really deep. Everything's great about this album, in my opinion. However, there are some songs I do believe there's what slows it down, probably like the middle, like the fifth or sixth song. The track number 5, number 6, I don't remember the names, but those tracks, the way they go is kind of good, but I kind of wanted that freaking out the neighborhood type beat, because I really love that type of beat, that really type of synth and guitar rhythm to it. But however, this is a great album. I have to say, if you're not a Mac DeMarco fan, if you're new to this, listen to his album however you can. Spotify, iTunes, doesn't matter. Check it out, YouTube, before you buy it, and then check out his old album. That way you can be like, who is Mac DeMarco, and this artist is great. As a Mac DeMarco album, I loved it. I enjoyed it so much. It's honestly one of my favorite one of my favorite albums of this whole year, because it's short and it's good and it keeps its point. I love some of her albums this year that are long, but they get to a point without being too hesitating. This one is great. There are one or two tracks that put me off guard. They don't put me off guard. I just don't like them as much. But they still are good for what they are in the album. And it concludes the story of the album. The whole, I mean, it's not relevant story writing, but the whole idea of that is always going to be about girls. It's always going to be a love advice. It's always going to be some love type of things. It's always going to be him as a child and whatnot. Stuff like that. And I really love this album. Honestly, this album I have to give it. It's amazing. It's amazing in my opinion. And it's awesome in many ways, and honestly, it's one of my favorite albums of this year. You know, Mac DeMarco and another one will be on constant repeat on my playlist or whatever. But I love it. Go check it out. If you guys like Mac DeMarco music, check it out. Believe me, I was excited for this, and I try my best not to listen to the pre-tracks, but I listen to the album, try to lower my expectations just in case, and I think it lowered, the way I lowered went back up, and it was great. That's all I have to say about this review. Check it out. These are short reviews I'm trying to do nowadays, so keep to the point. But it's a great album. It's entertaining. Check it out. I would recommend, like I always recommend my albums, check it out before you buy it. Because if you buy it, I think it'll be great. But if you always deserve that free listen, that way to listen to it, to know if it's worth it. But it's great. Hope you guys have a great day. Check out my review. Check out my YouTube videos. Click there, whatever. Subscribe. Hope you guys have a good day. Bye, everybody.